Dean Ambrose returns and unleashes a vicious attack on Seth Rollins. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. Dean Ambrose returns and unleashes a vicious attack on Seth Rollins, shocking WWE return. In a moment that sent shockwaves through the WWE Universe, a ghost from the past has returned. A brother turned enemy, a lunatic reborn. Dean Ambrose is back, and he's not here for redemption. He's here for revenge. Tonight, we dive into the stunning return of Dean Ambrose, the carnage that followed, and what this could mean for the future of Seth Rollins and WWE. Setting the stage. For months, WWE fans have been captivated by the evolution of Seth Rollins. The visionary, a man who has reinvented himself time and again. He's burned bridges, formed alliances, manipulated minds, and ruled with charisma, chaos, and cunning. From betraying the Shield in 2014, to recently aligning with Paul Heyman after WrestleMania 41, Rollins has shown that loyalty is only useful until it's no longer convenient. But what happens when one of the bridges you burned decides to come back with a flamethrower? For the past few weeks, Rollins had been riding high. He was appearing on Raw weekly, backed by Heyman and flanked by rising threats like Braun Breaker. The WWE World Heavyweight Champion looked untouchable, or so he thought. The tease begins. The mystery began 2 weeks before the attack. Raw was closing in its final hour. Rollins had just defeated Sami Zayn in a brutal main event, when the lights flickered. Just for a second, the arena went dark, only to light up again moments later with no explanation. Fans brushed it off, until it happened again. And again. 3 straight weeks, small glitches, static, camera cuts during Rollins promos. Some thought it was just production errors. Others felt something wasn't right. Then came the backstage messages. On the April 28th episode of Raw, Seth Rollins was walking through the backstage area, laughing with Paul Heyman when he stopped. There, on his locker, spray painted in red, "You forgot me." Rollins froze. Heyman looked shaken. Security was immediately called, but no one was found. Was this a stalker, a message from a returning star, or was Seth's past finally catching up with him? The return. May 5th. Monday Night Raw, a night that will now live in WWE infamy. Seth Rollins was in the ring, mid-promo, preaching to the crowd about how he'd built Monday Night Raw in his image. Paul Heyman stood behind him, nodding, arms crossed. The crowd was divided, some cheering, others booing. That's when it happened. The lights went out. A single spotlight hit the ring. Rollins stopped talking. The crowd buzzed. On the Titantron, a distorted video played, static-filled clips of old Shield footage, eerie footage of barbed wire, chains, and fire. Then, "I'm not done with you, Seth." The camera panned to the top of the crowd. A hooded figure began making their way down the stairs of the arena, jumping the barricade with ease. Security rushed toward them, but it was too late. The hood came off. Dean Ambrose. Or at least, the man who once was. Ambrose wasn't smiling. He wasn't laughing. His beard was longer. His eyes, dark, unblinking. His jacket was torn. He looked like a man who had been through hell, and decided he liked it. The crowd erupted. Shock, screams, chants of, "Holy S***," filled the air. Rollins' face turned white. Before he could react, Ambrose slid into the ring and unleashed hell. The attack. Ambrose tackled Rollins to the ground, fists flying, hammering down with months, maybe years, of pent-up rage. Heyman screamed for help as officials sprinted from the back. Ambrose pulled Rollins to his feet. Dirty deeds. The crowd was in a frenzy. But Ambrose wasn't done. He rolled out of the ring, grabbed 2 steel chairs, and a barbed wire bat hidden under the ring. Shades of a time WWE tried to forget. He re-entered the ring, wrapped the bat around Rollins' arm and yanked it back, wrenching the tendons. Then, crack. Chair shot to the back. Again, and again. Blood dripped from Rollins' mouth. The once dominant champion looked broken. Finally, Ambrose stood over him, breathing heavily. He whispered something into Seth's ear. No microphone, no camera caught it, and then he was gone. Fallout on Raw. The next week on Raw, Seth Rollins was not in the arena. He was reportedly being treated for internal bruising and ligament damage. But Dean Ambrose was there. He opened the show, sitting alone in the ring. No music, no pyro, just silence. He spoke. Dean Ambrose, voice imitation. You all thought I was gone. You all thought I gave up. That I left because I couldn't hack it. Nah, I left because I was poisoned. Not by WWE, but by him. You see, Seth Rollins didn't just betray the Shield. He betrayed every promise we made to each other. He climbed over my back, and Roman's, and used us as a ladder. Then he smiled, like we were supposed to be happy for him. He gets the suits, the spotlight, the endorsements. Me, I got left behind, and that's fine, because now, I'm back. And I'm not here to be part of the show. I'm here to burn it to the ground. The crowd cheered and booed in equal parts. Ambrose had changed. This wasn't the lunatic fringe. This was a darker, more dangerous man. Seth Rollins responds. 2 weeks later, Rollins returned. Arm in a brace, face bandaged, limping slightly, but his voice, still venomous. Seth Rollins' voice imitation. Dean, I don't know what rock you crawled out from under. But you better crawl back. Because you're not a hero. You're not a martyr. You're just jealous. Jealous that I made it. Jealous that I evolved while you self-destructed. You were always the unstable one. The wild card. You couldn't handle the pressure, so you ran. And now you come back, what? To rewrite history. To paint me as the villain. You attacked me like a coward. But if it's a war you want, then brother, it's a war you'll get. The crowd roared. The battle lines were drawn. The past reignites. As the weeks went on, Ambrose continued his path of destruction. He attacked Rollins' allies. Braun Breaker was jumped backstage. Finn Balor was found unconscious in the parking lot. Even Paul Heyman was shoved face first into a wall during a backstage interview. Meanwhile, Rollins vowed revenge. He demanded a match at Backlash. Not a wrestling match, a fight pit. WWE officials initially hesitated. This wasn't about titles. This wasn't about brand supremacy. This was personal, but Triple H made it official. Backlash. Seth Rollins vs. Dean Ambrose. Fight pit. No ropes. No pinfalls. Knockout or submission only. The promo package before Backlash. In the promo package before their match, footage played of the Shield's rise. Brotherhood. Loyalty. Triumph. Then came the betrayal. The chair shot in 2014. Ambrose's departure in 2019. Rollins calling him dead weight. Ambrose returning now, not as a savior, but as a reaper. Dean Ambrose promo voice. You made me like this. Every time you smiled while stabbing me in the back, you created this monster. And now, I'm going